This is the COVID Law series. This is the COVID Law series.
Welcome to the COVID Law series. My name is Jake Okechukwu Efodu. So globally, they've administered more than 5 billion doses of the vaccine, with more than 2 billion people being fully vaccinated. Yeah, Abby? Yeah. In Nigeria, more than 4 million doses have been administered, with above 1 million people being fully vaccinated. Now, 1 million people looks like a lot of people getting fully vaccinated, but that is still less than 1% of the Nigerian population. That's not good. So today, talking about COVID-19 vaccination, we're going to be hearing from 3 people as they share their experience on what it was like getting the vaccine. I have a friend of mine, Afyong Basi.
Press the drum rolls now.
You will hear it now. Have you gotten the vaccine?
If I say no, what? I have actually.
Yes, I know she has gotten the vaccine. How many of the doses?
2. So yeah, I had one. Then after a couple of months, I think 6 weeks to 8 weeks, yeah, I had the second dose.
Why did you decide to get the COVID-19 vaccine? I mean, it's an obvious question, but...
Exactly. There's COVID, though. And then, of course, I weighed a lot of things. Like, you have to think about the health of your health, the health of people around you. And even though there are still speculations about whether it prevents it or not, but the fact is, to a large extent, even if you happen to get into contact with the disease, it won't have so much effect on you as much as when you're not vaccinated. So, of course, I mean, you've got to look at that and take the necessary decisions. So, yeah. And so
when did you get the vaccine? Was it at the beginning time? Because some people said, let me wait small, maybe let other people get it before.
No, from the very first dose, except that, so I waited towards the tail end. Before having it, but yes, it's still from the very first set of vaccine that came in.
So tell me, what was the process like for you in getting the vaccine?
I think you could have basically walked in and they would still attend to you because there was really no stress. They were so nice. So you go in there and then they see you like, oh, you've not taken, all right, sit here, do this, and all of that. Different stages to get you registered and all of that before it gets to action. And they ask you a couple of questions to know whether
what kind
you
of
should.
Questions?
I think one of it was, do you have any underlying ailment or something like that? Do you react to certain things, Yeah, I got that question. And
so how long did it take?
Okay, there were a few people there. So it took within me getting, let me say, within 30 minutes, basically. You go from one to the other. So it wasn't, as I said, there weren't so many people there, so it didn't really take so long. And they were very efficient at what they were doing. They took all your details down, everything. I got there, and they gave the vaccine. And I'm sure you're going to ask me how I reacted, if there was any reaction.
No, that's I was coming to that. Did you react?
All that, trying to, say that you're feeling very feverish. I wasn't feeling very feverish, just slightly, but I was okay. By the next day, 2 days tops, I was off, it was gone. But the second time when I took it, there was no reaction at all.
Oh, okay.
I didn't feel that I took anything. It was just like I went about my normal duties and nothing, so.
Okay, so between the first dose and the second dose, how long did it take?
About 2 months.
Okay.
And then, by the second dose, when I went, you didn't have to do anything. We just went for it. In fact, they sent us a message, say that it's time for the second dose, and that same week I went and I got it. From my experience of what's been happening with the COVID-19, response, by the government, by the establishment, that's NCDC, and all. I think if we put the same effort into handling other health issues in Nigeria, seriously, Nigeria would be a healthy country, really.
I completely agree. Thank you so much, Afyong, for being right here on the COVID Law series.
Thank you for having me on the COVID Law series.
My name is Theophilus Odaudu. I am Program Officer Nigeria for the Disability Rights Fund. I have been vaccinated against COVID-19. And why did I choose to be vaccinated? First, because it is the right thing to do. We are all tired of COVID-19 and we all want it to go away. And one way we can do that is for everyone to get vaccinated against the virus so it doesn't transmit to everyone and it loses its potency. So as my own way of getting the virus out of the world, I got vaccinated. It wasn't a tedious procedure for me. I filled the information online in the month of May, early that month. I proceeded to the nearest center and got the vaccine after a short wait. After the vaccine, I didn't have much side effect. I've heard a lot of stories about what happens when one gets the vaccine. For me, I had a slight fever that didn't last up to 2 hours, and that was it. And I also know that it's normal for vaccines to have minor side effects. We see this in children each time they get immunized. So I wasn't expecting that there would be nothing at all. But all along, and since I got the vaccine, both the first and second dose have been fine, and I don't think there's any effect, long or short term.
All right, this is still the COVID Law series, and right here we're talking about COVID-19 vaccinations. I've also been joined here in the studio with my very good friend, Alhamdu Yaro. Alhamdu, welcome to the COVID Law series.
Thank you very much.
Have you gotten the vaccine yet?
Fully vaccinated.
Fully vaccinated. You seem so confident, fully vaccinated. Okay, so tell me, why did you get the vaccine?
So when I heard that the vaccine was coming out, I took my time, researched it, understood the technology behind it, and understood that it was safe. And when I knew that it was safe, I said, and the opportunity came, I went for it. But it wasn't like I wasn't I was not skeptical about it, right? Because around the time I was about to get vaccinated, there was this issue of like blood clots happening and the news reports. So I was scared, but then I read up on it and it turned out that the margin of error is actually very little and it was very smooth. I remember that the nurses who were put in charge of vaccinating me were very helpful, because I had a few questions for them as well, and they were very helpful. They were very informed.
Okay, so did you experience any side effects?
I did. I remember the next day, I woke up and my entire body was sore, right?
Not just your hand. What did you mean?
No, so here,
okay.
It was here, but my entire body was sore. But I think by evening, I was already feeling better. By the next day, it had cleared. And by the third day, like nothing happened.
For the second dose, what was the experience like?
So after the first dose, they gave me a green card, right? And on it, there's a QR code that I can check to see if there's a vaccination. Yeah, and since I was a tech guy, I really liked that aspect of it. That was one. And I think secondly also, immediately after I got the first vaccination, I got a text message from NCDC, if I'm not mistaken, telling me that I have been vaccinated. So I like the fact that they inform you to say, okay, this is it, and you're always kept abreast of what's going on. Right. Yes, and so I gave them my number, and they put it in the system, and then they gave me the second dose, and I think that was it. All in all, it took me less than an hour to get it done.
How did you feel after getting both vaccines? Did you be like, okay, now I can touch anywhere, can lick my hand without vaccinating?
Let me know, like I basically threw away my mask, But I think that was very reckless of me, because I felt invincible, right? But someone told me I have friends who are medical people, and they were like, no, I should still
Wear the mask.
wear the
Even
mask,
after getting the vaccine.
yes, and take care of myself, because you'll never know, right? So always better to be safe than sorry. I think, yeah, that was the...
Okay, so Alhamdulillah, I know everyone I know around me has taken the COVID-19 vaccine, but certain people say that they still have like friends or people who are still skeptical about taking the vaccine. Does that apply to you, or?
I think I'm the opposite of you, because I know more people who are not vaccinated than are vaccinated, right? Half my family does not believe in it. It's an ongoing debate with a lot of people a lot of my friends and part of my family as well. I think at some point we kind of decided to live and let live, and then we will see how it turns out. But there are those who genuinely reached out and they were like, so how was it? And I told them about my experience. And a few months later, when they realized nothing happened, they were asking me, okay, where do I get vaccinated? Even if you won't do it for yourself, think about the community, right? Think about people who are more vulnerable than you are. Think about people who are older than you, who are more susceptible to these kinds of things. And know that you want to interact with these people. And it's better for you to be on the safe side.
Thank you very much. I'm giving you the COVID Law Series greeting. Thanks for being right here on the COVID Law Series, and thanks for sharing your vaccination story.
Yeah, let's go. See, Corona is very deadly. Better run, better hide, better stay. Don't you see, Corona is very deadly. Better run for your dear life. Wash your hands properly, keep proper hygiene. Sanitize, use your mask, and be prayer for social distancing. It's very important to be COVID-19. Hey, yeah, come on now. This is the...
Brilliant performance from Tao, in fact, Agent Tao, for reminding us to comply with the COVID-19 rules. This is still the COVID Law Series, and we've been hearing from various people as they share their COVID-19 vaccination stories. So right now, let's hear from Dr. Disu from the Nigerian Center for Disease Control. What are the basic things we need to know about the COVID-19 vaccination?
Number one is its efficacy. We need to understand that COVID-19 pandemic is devastating to both lives and our livelihood, our economy, our liberty. So since we have vaccines that works, that can keep us alive and then reverse the damage the pandemic has caused. So it's efficacious, it's effective, so we need to take advantage of that. It can only be effective when we attain that herd immunity. The necessary proportion of the population gets this vaccine. Then the other concern people have is its safety. Yes, this has been tested. And the safety of the vaccine now, I've not seen any major side effects reported in Nigeria since people have been taking it. I've also taken the 2 doses. Nothing except the mild side effects that you see in vaccination. Oh, just weakness, that's less than 24 hours, and it disappeared. And the next time I even took the second jab, I didn't even feel it at all because the body is already primed for it.
Thank you, Dr. Disu, and this is the package for you on the COVID Law Series today. You've heard from the experts, you've also heard from people like you and I who have shared their experience. Please, have you gotten the COVID-19 vaccine? Are you sure? Have you gotten the full dose? Are you sure? Okay, share your experience with us. Use the hashtag COVID Law Series. And if you have not gotten the vaccine, share your experience. You don't have experience, but share with us. Use the hashtag as well. Why haven't you gotten the vaccine? When do you want to get the vaccine? Please don't forget to click the subscribe button, follow, share, like, forward. You might be helping someone with the vital information. This is it right here on the COVID Law Series. Please stay safe.